Hello everyone, I am Professor Pallavi Deokate. Welcome you in next lecture of Econ 242. Course title is Agricultural Finance and Cooperation. Okay. In previous lecture, we learn about agricultural finance, meaning, definition, scope and importance. Okay. In today's lecture, we are going to learn about classification of credit. Okay. So we see one by one different classification of credit. So before starting actual classification of credit, first of all, meaning and definition of credit. Okay. So this credit word derived from Latin word, that is credo. Okay. So this credo means I believe. That means whatever the loan or credit which is given on belief. So credit is based on belief, confidence, trust and faith. Okay. So this credo means I believe. Okay. That means whatever the loan or credit, it is given on belief or faith. Okay. This credit is otherwise called as a loan. Then definition of credit. In definition, the loan or credit is the certain amount of money provided for certain purpose on certain condition with some interest and which can be repaid sooner or later is known as credit. Okay. So credit means it is first of all certain amount of money, and this money provided for certain purpose on certain condition with some interest and which should be repaid sooner or later is known as credit or loan. Okay. Then according to Galbraith, the credit is temporary transfer of asset from one who has to another who has not. That means it is the temporary transfer of asset from one who has to another who has not is known as credit. Okay. So this is the most important definition of credit. It is the certain amount of money provided for certain purpose on certain condition with some interest and which can be repaid sooner or later is known as credit. Okay. After definition and meaning of credit, next point is credit need in agriculture. Okay. That means what are the importance or need of credit in agriculture. So there are different points in that. First one, that is to buying agricultural inputs. Okay. So credit is essential for agriculture to buy various agricultural inputs like fertilizers, seeds, plant protection chemicals, feed and fodder for cattle, etc. Okay. Then second most important or need is supporting their family. That means whatever the credit, this credit support the farmer's family in those years when the crop have not been good. That means in case of crop failure as well as less harvest season, this agricultural credit support the farmer's family. Then next one, for buying additional land, then to make improvement on existing land. Okay, for that purpose this agricultural credit help to the farmer. Okay, that means buying of additional land and make permanent or temporary improvement on existing land. Also to clear the old debt and purchase costly agricultural machinery. Okay, that means whatever the old debt or loan is there, to clear off that particular old debt, this agricultural loan is also helpful. Then increase the farm efficiency as against limiting resources, that is hiring of irrigation water, lifting devices, labor and machinery, etc. Okay. Okay. In this way, credit is essential or needful in agriculture. After that, next point is classification of credit. Okay. So there are different classes of credit. So first one, that is based on time. Okay. So on the basis of time period, the classification of credit can be done in three different groups. In that first one, that is short term loan, second one, that is medium term loan, and third one, that is long term loan. Okay, so this based on time, the credit can be classified on the basis of repayment period of loan. Okay, so first of all we see the short term loan. Okay, so these short term loans are to be repaid within the period of 6 to 18 months. Okay, so repayment period for short term loan is 6 to 18 months, and all crop loans are said to be crop loan. Whatever the crop loan, that all crop loans are comes under this short term loan, but the length of repayment period varies according to duration of crop. This is the first type of loan on the basis of time, that is short term loan. And example of short term loan, that means this short term loan can be used for purchasing of different fertilizers, plant protection chemicals, then different farm activities like sowing, harrowing, harvesting. For that purpose this short term loan can be used. Okay, so this is the first type of loan, that is short term loan. Repayment period is 6 to 18 months. Okay, after that second class on the basis of time is medium term loan. Okay, so the repayment period of medium term loan varies from 18 months to 5 years. Okay, repayment period of medium term loan is 18 months to 5 years, and these medium term loans are required by the farmer for bringing about some improvement on his farm, like purchasing of implements, then purchasing of electrical motor, purchasing of milch cattle, sheep, goat, etc. And also for temporary development on land, this medium term loan can be used. Okay, so this is the second type of loan on the basis of time period, that is medium term loan. Repayment period is 18 months to 5 years. Okay, after that third type of loan, that is long term loan. So the repayment period of long term loan ranging from 5 years to more than 20 years or sometimes more. Okay, so these long term loans are together with medium term loan are called as investment loan or term loan. Okay, so long term loan plus medium term loan is equal to investment loan or term loan. This long term loan can be used for permanent improvement on land, like leveling of land, reclamation of land, then construction of farm buildings, purchase of tractor, raising of orchard. For that purpose these long term loans can be used. Okay, so this is the first type of credit on the basis of time period. It includes short term loan, medium term loan and long term loan. Okay, after that next type of credit, that is on the basis of purpose. On the basis of purpose, that means for which purpose we use that particular loan. It is divided into first one, that is production loan. Okay, so this production loan refers to credit given to the farmer for crop production and are intended to increase the production of crop. Okay, so basically these production loans are mostly used for crop production and ultimately increase the production of crops, and these production loan are also called as SAO, that is seasonal agricultural operation loan, or it is also called as short term loan or crop loan. Okay, so next type of loan on the basis of purpose is investment loan. Okay, so basically these loans are given for the purchase of different equipments, and the productivity of such particular equipments can be distributed over the more than 1 years. Okay, for example loans given for purchasing of tractor, then purchasing of pump set, digging of tube wells, etc. are coming under this investment loan. Okay, after that third type of loan, that is marketing loan. So these marketing loans are help the farmer in overcoming distress sale. Okay, distress sale, that means it is the forceful sale of farmer when there is fall in price, that is distress sale, and to market the produce in better way. That means whatever they produce available with farmer to market that particular produce on better way or at a better price, these marketing loans can be used. So these marketing loans can be given by different regulated markets and commercial bank based on warehouse receipt. Okay, then this marketing loan can be advanced at the rate of 75% of value of produce. Okay, that means whatever the value of produce, on that value 75% loan is advanced. Okay, this is the third type of loan, marketing loan. Then next type of loan, that is consumption loan. Okay, so this consumption loan are advanced for the purpose other than production. Okay, so these consumption loans are basically unproductive loan because it does not generate any amount of income from that particular loan, and these consumption loans are basically used for religious ceremony, marriage, then medical expenses, educational, religious ceremony, etc. For that purpose, these consumption loans are used. And for this consumption loan are granted on group guarantee basis with maximum 3 members. Okay, so this consumption loan can be granted on group guarantee basis. Okay, so these are the types of loan on the basis of purpose. Okay, after that, next type of credit, that is based on liquidity. These loans are divided into two major types, that is self liquidating loan and partial liquidating loan. Okay, so first of all we come to know what is meant by liquidity. So this liquidity means the conversion of assets or anything into cash form, that is we call as a liquidity. So first one, that is self liquidating loan. The income generated through this loan helps the farmer to repay the entire loan amount in same season or same year is known as self liquidating loan. Okay, that means whatever the loan, that loan can be repaid within the same period or same season or same year is known as self liquidating loan. Okay, for example, crop loan or short term loans are coming under this self liquidating loan. Whereas second type, that is partial liquidating loan. So this partial liquidating loan, the income generated through this loan or borrowing will help to pay part of loan component only. That means in case of partially liquidating loan, the loans are repaid in different installment. So it is the partial liquidating loan. These loans can be repaid in 2 to 5 years or more than based on economic activity for which loan has taken. For example, dairy loan, tractor loan or orchard loan. That means these partial liquidating loans are the medium term loan and long term loan. Okay, that means these partial liquidating loans can be repaid within more than one installment, that we call as a partial liquidating loan. Okay, so this is the another classification of credit based on liquidity, that is self liquidating loan and partial liquidating loan. This partial liquidating loan is also known as non liquidating loan. Okay, after that, next classification of credit, that is based on approach. Okay, so based on approach, credit can be classified into three groups. In that first one, that is individual approach. Okay, so these loans advanced to individual for different purpose will fall under this category. That means whatever the loan advance, that loan advance according to need of that particular farmer or borrower is known as individual approach. Okay, for example, crop loan, dairy loan or whatever the production activity is there, the loan is advanced according to individual's need, that is called as individual approach loan. Okay, then second type, that is area based or area approach loan. So this area approach loan, the loans are advanced by selecting contiguous area by bank branch. Okay, whatever the area covered by that particular bank branch, the loan advance to that particular area only, that is called as area approach loan. Okay, that means the loans given to person falling under given area for specific purpose will categorize under area based approach. For example, Drawthpun area program, etc. Okay, then on the basis of approach, third type of loan, that is DIR loan. DIR, that is differential rate of interest. Okay, so under this approach, the loans are given to weaker section of community at the rate of 4% interest per annum. Okay, so this DIR scheme, the loan are given to weaker section of community at the rate of 4% interest rate. Okay, then next type of loan, that is on the basis of contact with farmer. Okay, so on the basis of contact with farmer, loans are divided into direct loan and indirect loan. So direct loan, these loans are advanced directly to the farmer by institutional agency is known as direct loan. That means loans directly advanced to the farmer, that is the direct loan. For example, short term loan, crop loans are coming under this direct loan. Whereas indirect loan, the institutional agencies directly not finance to the farmer, but the farmer get indirect benefit from that particular loan is known as indirect loan. For example, loan given to agro-based firms like fertilizer, then pesticide industries, which are indirectly beneficial to the farmer, is coming under this indirect type of loan. Okay, so this is the another type of loan based on contact with farmer. Okay, after that, next one, that is based on economic activity. So whatever the activity of that particular farmer, so loan given to that particular activity is known as activity oriented loan. For example, if loan is borrowed for sericulture loan, then it is called as sericulture loan. If farmer take loan for dairy purpose, then it is called as dairy loan. Or if farmer take the loan for establishment of poultry, then it is called as poultry loan. So this is the classification based on activity orientation. That means for which activity loan is advanced, that activity's name is given to that particular loan. Okay, after that, next and most important type of loan, that is on the basis of security. So on the basis of security, loans are basically classified into secured loan and second one is unsecured loan. Okay, so this secured loan, it is again divided into personal security, collateral security, then mortgage loan. This mortgage loan again divided into simple mortgage and equitable mortgage, then chattel loan and hypothecation. This hypothecation loan is again subdivided into key loan and open loan. Okay, key loan and open loan. Okay, so we see one by one these different types of secured loan. First of all, secured loan. So these secured loans are advanced against some security by the borrower is termed as a secured loan. Okay, so various forms of securities are offered in obtaining loan. On the basis of that, there are different types of loan. So under secured loan, first type of loan is personal security loan. Okay, so under this personal security loan, borrower himself stand as a guarantor. That means whatever the farmer himself stand as a guarantor, that is called as personal security loan. So in this type of loan is advanced on farmer's promissory note. Okay, that means only farmer's promissory note is sufficient for that particular personal security loan. Okay, the third party guarantee may or may not be insisted upon. That means this loan is based on understanding between lender and borrower. Okay, so this is the first type on the basis of secured loan, that is personal security. So borrower or farmer himself stand as a guarantor. Okay, then second type of secured loan, that is collateral security. So in this collateral security, property is pledged to secure the loan and in this collateral security, whatever the movable property of farmer borrower, this movable property of farmer borrower is used as a security purpose. This movable property, for example LIC bond, fixed deposit bonds, warehouse receipt, machineries, livestock, etc., are offered as a security. Okay, then next type of loan, that is chattel loan. So this chattel loan is the special type of loan, and here the credit is obtained from pawnbroker by playing movable property such as jewelry, utensils, which is made up of different metals, that is chattel loan. Okay, after that next type of loan, that is mortgage loan. So this mortgage loan, the whatever the immovable property of farmer borrower, this immovable property is used as a security purpose. For example, land, farming, etc. Okay, so whatever the immovable property, this immovable property is used as a security purpose. It is known as mortgage loan. This mortgage loan is again subdivided into two types. In that first one, that is simple mortgage. Simple mortgage, when property is inherited by ancestor and this property when used as a security purpose, then it is called as a simple mortgage. Okay, that means whatever the inherited property, this inherited property is used as a security purpose, then it is called as a simple mortgage. Okay, in case of simple mortgage, farmer or borrower has to register the property in the name of banking institution. Okay, so this is the simple mortgage. After that, second type of loan, that is equitable mortgage. So in case of equitable mortgage, the self-acquired property of farmer borrower when used as a security purpose, then it is called as a equitable mortgage. When self-acquired property is used as a security purpose, then it is called as a equitable mortgage. So in case of equitable mortgage, there is no any registration is required because ownership rights are clearly defined. Okay, so simple mortgage, when inherited property is used as a security purpose, then it is called as simple mortgage. And equitable mortgage, when self-acquired property of borrower is used as a security purpose, then it is called as a equitable mortgage. Okay, after that next type of loan, that is hypothecation loan. Okay, so this hypothecation loan, the borrower has ownership right on his movable property and banker has legal right to take possession of that particular property to sell on default. Okay, that means whatever the loan taken, the borrower have only ownership rights and whatever the legal rights of ownership remains in the hand of lending institution. Okay, so this hypothecation loan basically used for purchasing of machinery, then tractor or any vehicle. For that purpose, this hypothecation loan is used. Okay, this hypothecation loan is again divided into two subtypes. In that first one, that is key loan. Okay, key loan, when agricultural produce of farmer borrower will be kept under control of lending institution and loan is advanced to farmer, that loan is known as key loan. That means agricultural produce is kept as a security purpose for lending institution. Okay, after repayment of loan, that agricultural produce is handed over to the farmer. This is called as key loan. Okay, then next one, that is open loan. So in case of open loan, the physical possession of that particular machinery or equipments or vehicle is rest in the hand of borrower, but the legal ownership rights are remain with lending institution till the loan is repaid. That means up to repayment of loan, the physical possession remains in the hand of borrower and legal ownership rights are remains in the hand of lending institution. After repayment of loan, that means after loan is cleared off, the legal ownership rights are handed over to the borrower. Okay, so these are the different types of loan on the basis of security, that is secured loan. Then next type, that is unsecured loan. So unsecured loan, there is no any requirement of security. So these loans are given on confidence between borrowers and lender. That means these loans are given on the mutual understanding between lender and borrower. Then there is no any security is used against the loan amount. Okay, so this is the unsecured loan. Okay, so this is the today's topic, classification of credit. This is the most important topic from your exam point of view, because many of time broad questions like define agricultural credit and explain classification of credit in detail, or sometimes define agricultural credit, enlist classification of credit and explain classification on the basis of time, classification on the basis of purpose, classification on the basis of security. Likewise question may be asked, or many of time many objectives can be asked on this topic. Okay, so you prepared well this topic. So this is all about today's lecture, that is classification of agricultural credit. Thank you all.